Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about how I cleared my acne, what products I use, kind of like my story, and hopefully you'll take something out of it to help you on your journey to either clearing up acne. I'm going to talk to you about the type of acne I had and all that good stuff. So if you're interested, please keep watching. The pictures you saw in my thumbnail, I was wearing just eye makeup in the first picture, and then I was wearing a full face of makeup in the second picture. But the reason I chose that to be my thumbnail was because the picture was taken at like the same angle, and the second picture where I have the full face of makeup is actually unedited, so the skin texture that you see there, even though it's covered with makeup, you can't hide texture with makeup. So you can tell that in the first picture I have a lot of congestion on the forehead and going down the cheek. You don't see the full face in that picture, but I will be inserting other kind of pictures where you can see my acne. My acne flared up my senior year of high school, the second half of senior year actually. So this is like, I'm telling you, prom season, graduation, I had the full thing. I would say starting in about the 6th to 8th grade is when I started getting a little tiny bit of congestion on the forehead, but it was nothing too major, and it was just tiny bumps, not inflamed whatsoever, no redness, nothing like that. And it's something I just kind of like got used to, and I couldn't really pick at it since the type of congestion I had wasn't a whitehead, it was just that texture, right? So then throughout high school, the occasional pimple here and there. My forehead was my problem area, like I said, until senior year when I started to get almost like cystic acne, like really deep under the skin acne on the cheek area, and then on the chin. I still kind of get the chin ones occasionally, especially around the time I have my period. But also, I want to say that my acne was reactive to the amount of dairy and sugar I had. So immediately after, even today, if I have, let's say, a boba today, I will notice my skin kind of flare up tomorrow because of the high levels of milk and sugar. So that's just something I want to like note. But anyway, so let me start you on kind of like how I went about treating my acne. So first, I had went to a dermatologist, and they gave me Epiduo Forte, the topical version, for the texture on the forehead, right? And this is, I want to say, freshman, sophomore year of high school. And the Epiduo Forte didn't really do anything for me besides dry out my skin like horribly in the beginning. And I did use it for several months, over a year, I believe I used it, and it did not help my forehead texture whatsoever. If anything, it like made the rest of my face dry. So fast forward, I became frustrated, especially around the time that I was getting the more severe acne. So I told my mom that I wanted to see a different dermatologist. So I went to go see a different dermatologist, but before I was able to do that, I had to go see my primary care physician so that they could refer me to a dermatologist after they tried their own kind of little regimen before being able to send me to another dermatologist, right? So my primary doctor started me on a medication that I honestly can't remember, but it was the same kind of consistency and the same kind of effect that the Epiduo Forte gave me, which is didn't do really much for my skin, and that one didn't even dry my skin out. It just like, it was almost like a moisturizer. I don't know, it was really weird. I apologize for not being able to remember which medication that was because it was such a long time ago and I didn't like keep it, obviously. But she also started me on birth control, and birth control is what I saw made the biggest difference in my skin over a long period of time. It's what kind of reduced the hormonal acne I was getting, which is this like kind of cheek area. Like I still had problems on my forehead, and keep in mind this wasn't like a 1-month transformation. I was on this and I'm still on it. It took me about 6 months to see the results of using the birth control in my skin, just because it helped balance out my hormones. I already had consistent periods. I didn't have heavy periods. I never had cramps, but I realized that my hormones were what were causing the acne on my face. So how did I get rid of most of my texture and kind of like the more in-depth portion, like what face products was I using during this time, and what else did I use to complement the birth control? So for a face wash, I noticed that I wasn't very responsive to the salicylic acid, and I also noticed that glycolic acid was a little bit too harsh for my skin. This is all, like I'm telling you, trial and error. So I ended up using the Kate Somerville Kate Somerville Eradicate cleanser, which is like this pink sulfur cleanser. And I noticed that my skin reacted really well to sulfur in the sense that it helped kind of calm my inflammation a bit. I will go ahead and insert a photo of it right over here just because I don't have that bottle anymore. I have now transitioned out of using that into more, I want to say gentle, not acne-based products, if that makes any sense. So if you do want an updated skincare routine, what I do for my skin now, go ahead and leave a like on this video so I know whether I should film that or not. But anyway, so I also used, and I still use this, let me find it. I used this Bamboo Cream Peel by Dr. B. Schwab, which is right here. This is like the biggest bottle ever, and it lasts you forever. And like, this is my second one, and the first one I got, my mom gave it to me because she had been using it because she liked it as well. I'm gonna kind of like put a little bit on my hand so I can kind of show you guys like the texture of it. So this is what it looks like here in my hand, and I'm gonna kind of like roll it out. Hope you guys can see. This is what I used after my cleanser to kind of exfoliate the dead skin, just because I was using products that would dry my skin out on occasion. So it has tiny little, almost like beads to exfoliate the skin. I still use this product today, and like to this day, like since I started using it, and I use it every night, not in the mornings, just at night. So my regimen would be cleanse in the morning, moisturize in the morning, and then at night I would cleanse, exfoliate, moisturize, and then my topical medication, which I'm going to go into in a moment. But yeah, I also noticed that I'm pretty reactive to products that kind of clog your pores. My pores will clog very easily depending on the products I use, and that is something that was also a big trial and error. So the moisturizer which I found, which I still use, is this one by First Aid Beauty. This is the Ultra Repair Face Moisturizer. It's non-comedogenic, means non-pore clogging, and then it's safe for sensitive skin. So this is what the bottle looks like right here. I absolutely love this product. It sinks right into the skin, leaves a non-greasy feel. I go through this product really fast just because I take a pump of it in the morning, a pump of it in the evening, but it's so worth it, and it's the only moisturizer which I found that doesn't make me really oily, because at the time I had acne, I had combo skin, so I was oily in my T-zone, and then the rest of my face was kind of normal. Now my skin is actually all over normal, or to dry even, so I use more moisturizing products now than I used to use before, just to kind of combat that dryness in the skin. Those were the three main products I was using for my face regimen on the daily when I had my severe acne. Now the one medication which I think made the biggest difference for my skin was adapalene, also known as Differin. So I was first given the cream version of this product, which was a 0.3% cream, and it's to help with that texture, kind of reduce the texture of the skin. And because since it's not blackheads and it's not whiteheads, you have to, I don't know what this product does, but it just kind of like almost like it exfoliates the skin enough so that those little bumps don't come up. So after using the cream, I told my dermatologist that I did like this cream and that I wanted if there was like a stronger version of it available. So she actually told me that at the drugstore, so I'm talking Walmart here, this is where I found the product, they sell the 0.1% gel, which a gel is stronger than a cream. Even though the cream was 0.3%, the 0.1% of the gel is sold at the drugstore because the company was trying to compete with other companies, I guess, such as Proactive or things or companies like that kind of offered this product in a higher dosage. So they sell that one at the drugstore. So if you want to try this medication without having to get it prescribed to you from your dermatologist or your doctor, I would really recommend, it's called Differin at the drugstore. The prescription version is called adapalene. But anyway, I digress. So this product I really like. It does dry you out, however, especially when you first start using it. That's why my dermatologist wanted to progress me from the cream to the gel, which I now use the gel, but I use the prescription gel with this a 0.3%, and I use this every night or almost every night on my skin, but only in my problem areas. So I'll just put it where I feel like I'm getting a little more texture, a little bit of acne if I feel it's coming. So this is what I use on the daily basis at night. And this is important to note with this product. The more product you put on isn't going to really make a faster difference in your skin. You actually just want to use like a thin layer of it, because at the end of the day, you're just going to end up drying your skin out even more if you use a thick layer, because just a thin layer every time is all you need to start seeing the progress and the results. Now, I also wanted to note, just in case you were curious on the type of birth control I was on, or am on rather, because I know there's a lot of different types of birth control, and some are more geared for different like problems than others, I guess you could say. So the type of birth control that I use for the hormonal acne is called Vestura, and I don't have it right next to me at the moment, but Vestura is the birth control that I was prescribed. However, my pharmacy stopped carrying that brand of birth control, and my copay went up like whoosh. So in order to avoid that, I just contacted my insurance, and they offered to send me the medication for free as long as they were the ones to ship it to me from their like pharmacy facility or whatever. So now I don't always get Vestura exactly. I'll get the generic version of the product, or the medicine rather, which is the same ingredients, just like, okay, let me break it down for you like this. It's like when you get, instead of getting Dove body wash, you get the Equate brand body wash. Makes sense? Which is like basically the same product, but you're just paying for the name. So that is how I cleared my acne. If you have any other questions, please leave them in the comments below. I read all my comments. I respond back to any questions. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really hope it was helpful for you, and that you are able to really progress on your acne journey and clear your skin, because it can sometimes really hinder your confidence. And I know that that's not the way it should be, but we're human, and I know it affects a lot of people. So I wish you the best, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.